All right. Welcome to the new season of On the Block for ZBB. I'm Mimi81 taking over from Sir Dragon because he is going to be in this season of ZBB along with Kenny, who
Yeah,
is on
KM.
KM1997. He is co-host as well. So we're going to be talking about the cast assessment. Don't rush me because I'm still new to this, but the cast was supposed to be 12 duos this season for ZBB 12, but last minute they changed it to 16, resulting in 32 Zoopers playing the game. Your opinions, Kenny?
I think it's going to be a bit of a cluster fuck for the first few days because that's a lot of people to be playing with. Um, can you can get pretty lost playing with that many people. Uh, I do like the cast though. I think there's a lot of
I don't
worthy
know how
players.
strategy will work with 32 people, especially when it's two people per like team or something. That's going to be messy in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hectic for a while.
But speaking of the 32, we have to get into who we're going to be talking because it is 16. Me and Kenny will not both be going through each 16, but we will take turns on on which duo. So I will be starting off with the first duo, which is Natty and Alvaro Vidal Puga. I know Alvaro. I played the game with Alvaro, and he's a good player. So I expect good from him. A lot of people like Natty. I never played with her, but a lot of people like her, and I'm assuming she's a good player. I never really seen her around super much, but as a duo, I feel those two would possibly do very well. But seeing it is 16 people, or 16 duos, I'm not sure they can win seeing who everyone else. And that's just first impressions. I don't think they will win or have a shot to win. But if that's not gonna be too long. Kenny, you can talk about them.
I think they'll actually do pretty well because Alvaro has done well his first two times, got fifth both times. I think they both have the same supporters for the most part, so that might hurt them. But down the line, not early on, I think they'll do pretty well.
I mean, they're a good duo. I think they're a good duo, but just seeing the whole cast, I don't think they will do too well. Not like they will be the first ones out, but I feel middle pack, possibly join the seventh place curse. All right, moving on to
Yeah.
duo two.
Karma Bear and Bailey 5000. For I think everyone on Zuper can say these are two of the nicest people on Zuper. A lot of people like them, which will help them, I believe. I think they're one of few duos who have the luxury of focusing fully on their inside game for the first few days because I don't see them losing support unless they commit a ZBB cardinal sin. I think they'll definitely make it past the halfway point, and I don't know how far they'll go after that. And I can't see them winning if they get that far, though.
You can't see them winning, or you can.
I can if they get that far.
I think so too. I got the pleasure of actually getting to play with Karma Bear in a recent group game. She or me, hey, whatever. I'm just going to say she because I don't know, but she's a very nice person, and I also do know Bailey, and he's a nice person too. And I think that have they played before?
Karma has. She played ZBB 8 and got 8th or 7th, I think.
How did she do?
She got 8th or 7th.
Yeah, I feel if they don't win, I feel that's what they're going to get, 8th or 7th. I think that they're going to be really. I think they're going to be a good duo. And as players, I know Karma is a good social player. She's a very good social butterfly. So that's going to be good to her. Not really sure how Bailey plays, but I think that's just still going to be a good duo to compete against, especially that they are popular, and so they will have Zwooper behind them. Right?
Yeah.
Moving on to not one of the, I don't think they're the most popular duo, but I'm rooting for them. Hobo Tree and Ultimate Despair. I love me some OT. She is one of my favorite people on Zwooper. And so I'm actually glad that she made ZBB. She's a wild card. She is a fellow wild card like myself, and you don't know. I don't think you expect her to even be a threat until she becomes one. And that's what I like about her. It's like, she's just there. But that's how she got second place 2 seasons in a row in a group game. And so that's just speaks for itself, the type of player that Ultimate is. But it's not only an individual game, it is a duos game. So maybe people will target her because of that stat, but people might not target her because of Hobo.
I think they're both good players, but I do think they can be too honest. And both of my last 2 games with both of them, I think they got in trouble for being too honest, and they ended up getting evicted because of that. So I think that can hurt them if that's the case this game.
I mean, honesty is not too bad.
I mean, it's not, but Hobo told me when she was nominating me, and I love money, and so she ended up getting nominated herself. So she can't do stuff like that, I don't think. But who knows if
I
she
don't
will or
think
not.
anyone's going to be that dumb in ZB. I mean, aside from Lucas from that, but moving towards duo number 4.
Aiden D and BB Swag. I think BB Swag should have. I think it's best he does duos because he can be pretty unpredictable and all over the place when he plays. Which sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Um, and I think he needs a partner like Aiden, someone that can take control and that can help guide BB Swag and kind of keep him under wraps because BB Swag can be all over the place when he plays sometimes.
I don't get the duo of Aiden D and BB Swag. I think Aiden was given, but BB Swag, I feel like Aiden just ran out of people, so he just chose BB. But like you said, I think BB will do good because of Aiden. If it was an individual season, I don't see him going far, or that's just me. I wouldn't vote for him to go far. But I like Aiden, and I know Aiden is an aggressive player, so I can see them going far because of Aiden, not because of BB. I think Aiden's going to be the power player. BB's going to just be Aiden's tick. He's going to be the tick on Aiden's back, and Aiden will carry him how far they go.
BB Swag is good though. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he can be pretty all over the place. And I mean, it does help sometimes, and it works for him. But sometimes it can get you in trouble, and people can expose you your entire game pretty much, and you can end up getting evicted.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already a messy player, don't play messy at the beginning. Like, and take one from someone who is very messy as a game player. Don't play too hard at the beginning, and I just feel like BB will play too hard at the beginning of the game. Duo number 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh crap. Duo number 5. No. We're on duo number 7.
We're on number 5.
5 was Ultimate and Hobo.
Yeah, you skipped Rob Goddess and Riot.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, they're number 3.
So messed up over here. All right, well, duo's number 3 is going to be duo number 5. Rob Goddess and Riot. I think that was one of the predictable duos, was it not?
Yeah.
There was a lot of duos this season that is very predictable, and they were very predictable. I don't know the history behind them, but I'm guessing they're best friends or something.
Yeah, I think they know each other in real life, like go to school together or did.
Yeah, I've played with them both. I have, and so I think out of stars, I think they will be very entertaining to watch this season. Gameplay, not too sure.
I think we know Rob Goddess had a pretty terrible time in ZBB non with the non-person alliance chat on day 0, and then forgetting to vote, which is why he was ultimately evicted.
Wait, what place did he get?
I think got like 13th or somewhere around there. So hopefully he's learned his mistakes and whatever Riot's mistakes where they let him get in.
The best part is it's not only him, it's on Riot too. So if he messes up, there's Riot to protect him. Right?
Yeah.
And that's the best part about duos. You can mess up, but you got your partner to have your back if the partner likes you. I would get tired of some people very quick. Which duo are we on now?
Nicholas and Brian H11. I don't know much about these two. I know Nick is seen as a great strategist by a lot of people. I played one game with them, and that kind of.
I've played games with Niklaus. He's Nicholas or Niklaus?
I say Nicholas, but I don't really know.
I think that he is a strategist very much. So if anyone is going to be controlling something this season, I think he might not show it in his blogs because who's going to expose their game like that? But but I feel like he might be one of the people behind the strategy. Show it in, while Brian H, I don't really know much about him. I think that's an odd duo.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I didn't really see them two fun together. I think they'll make single digits far after that, but I do think they'll make single digits.
Single? You think
single digits?
Top
10.
Top 9.
Yeah, top 9. They'll get like 9. I think they'll get like 9th or 8th. Though they won't go too far after
single digits. Is that from strategy or is that from floating off of someone else?
It could be either. It could be either or. People might see them as too big of a threat and try to get them out, or it could just be they're just caught in the crosshairs. I don't think they'll float though, but who knows?
You don't think they'll float?
I don't think they'll float.
A lot of people don't think they'll float, but then they float. Duo number 7 is one of my favorite duos as of right now. Vin 014 and I Amy Sunshine. I don't really know Amy, but I know Vin. Vin is a go-getter and he's like wants to play the game, but he will take his time before he plays it. And then when he wants to play it, he plays it. And I think that's a good quality as a game player. And I think watching, I'm going to very much be excited for him. And even if he goes first boot, I think that they'll done something in this game because I don't think Vin is going to go out without a bang. He's going to do something in this game.
I don't know much about these two. I've never played with Amy. All I know about him or her, I think it's a him though, but all I know about him or her is what happened in HS6 with the whole spamming
Actually, I
accusation.
would Amy out every single time she was up in HS6. Every single time.
And I've only played one game with Vin, and that was Heroes versus Vince. And Vin tried making a move, but LCBM ruined that pretty much. So I do think Vin could do pretty well, but I'm not too sure about that. It just depends.
Vin is I think so many people from this cast has been on high school, but that's where I met Vin on, and that's how I seen his game, and I think he will do well to get. I think there's always a power player in some of these duels. There's a power player, and then there's a kind of a tick, like I call it BB Swag, and I feel like Vin is going to lead that duo to maybe single digits or 12 through 11.
And are we moving on?
Yeah, we're moving on.
Okay. Puffs and Bye. I think they have some pretty good public support going in. I've only played one game with either of them, and that was I played I Love Money too with Puffs, and that was something with the way that turned out. And you have a winner and someone who's kind of flopped in his first two tries, and Puffs getting 16th and 14th.
Joining us right now.
That was just out of nowhere.
Hello.
Shush.
Hello. It is I, JP.
Joining us right now is the winner from ZBB 10 and flop from ZBB 9.
I was not a flop, bitch. Anyways.
But
hi.
You're just joining in and talking about the cast. We're on
Puffs and Bye.
Yeah, but if you want to talk about the people from key 1 to key 7, you can real quick.
I don't know who was the keys. Go over them.
We'll talk about Puffs and Bye.
I was still going before you rudely interrupted me by adding Jake. Actually,
Jake came in.
You guys need a viewer self.
Sorry, but continue, Kenneth.
Some people think the winners will be targeted just for being winners, and I think that's a pretty irrelevant reason to target someone.
Who won?
He won ZBB 5.
That's long ago. Who cares?
I do think they'll finish in double digits, though. I don't see them going too far, to be honest.
They have public support, though, do they not?
They do, but that could also hurt.
Yeah.
Public support doesn't matter if they go up early and there's a house vote, then nobody wants them in.
Will's had public support, and he got like 11th, I think.
That's because we nominated him like 5 times in a row. So
Exactly.
So it depends if the house keeps targeting them, then they'll go home probably. But I'm going to be here supporting my Team Pretty. Well, Team Pretty's dead. Let me make that announcement. Team Pretty has been dead for like a month, so people can stop using that to target us in games. But anyways, my ex-Team Pretty members, I will be supporting them because they're Team Extra, and they're going to bring the drama. And I don't see them going far because I don't think they're playing to win. I think they're just playing to have fun. And that's what I want to see. I want to be entertained.
It's 32 people. I mean, that's entertainment enough.
I have a feeling it's going to be too messy in the beginning with 32 people posting.
But I feel like that's because it's 32 people, so many people are going to be inactive. I mean, people were inactive when there was only 16. So
who was inactive in your season?
Many people.
Well, your season was kind of messy. Everyone quit.
For a good reason. for a good
Yeah.
reason.
Obviously. But what I'm concerned about these people is having to talk to 30 people. When at the beginning of each season, talking to 15 other people was more than enough for me. So I don't know how the hell they're going to keep up with 30 different people.
I mean, but it's because it's 32 people, you most definitely already have a pre-game relationship with majority of them. So it's not like, hi, how are you doing? It's not
I
like
think with a few of the quote unquote pre-game relationships, I think some will be compromised because who their partner is and who else is in the game. So I think that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
And just a little shout out for pre-game relationships. If you have a pre-game relationship, do not make it obvious that you have a pre-game relationship. Because that's either going to get you targeted very fast or it's going to get you targeted sooner when people figure it out. Throwing back to Peach and Kenny.
We didn't make it obvious. I told you numerous times I was gonna nominate Peach just
You didn't make it obvious, which made it you a target when we figured it out. But moving onwards towards the 9th key, I think this is the worst duo, and I don't have a lot of hope for them. Nikki Bella and Lucas Rose.
Yeah, I actually feel the same about you. I feel the same about
Bella.
that.
No. Nikki Bella is going to win.
You can't just like them off of iconicnism.
She is amazing. She will slay this game.
I don't even know Nikki.
She's gonna have to drag Lucas around, but she is like a strategic goddess.
Out of the two, I think that Nikki will be the power player, but I don't feel like they're gonna go far. They're not even gonna make single digits, and I think they will be leaving on an odd number, 15th or 13th.
Why?
Yeah, I can see that happening too. I think Lucas. The one game I played with Lucas, he was like a pretty bad liar. So he wasn't that good at lying. You need that in this game.
I don't know. I just know Nikki is going to be amazing, so that's all I care about.
Nikki seems all over the place.
I'm
bored. Bye.
Around. Is she even like an active Zwooper member?
I think he left. Yeah. I don't know. I think she comes and goes. I think she was gone for a while. She came back not too long ago.
Yeah, I do. If I'm ranking on first boot, they will be first boot or second boot.
Yeah, I can see that.
No offense to you might, and that's no offense to Nikki or Lucas. You might prove me wrong, but
yeah, Lucas is actually pretty nice. I think Nikki is not the partner he should want because he seems like someone who should try to stay in the background, and Nikki won't be able to do that. I don't think.
That might be good too. I personally don't feel like they're the most popular duo, so don't play too hard early. Don't make your name the set.
I think Nikki will though, and I think that's what's going to be their downfall.
And speaking of sets. Isn't that going to be harder to get your name out of a set when there's 32 people? When a set is a set, it's almost set in stone. Very hard to flip it.
We're moving on to Charlie and Kezi.
That's the 10th duo. Yes, we are.
Yeah, okay. Charlie 33, 222, and Kezi. I do like this duo. I like Charlie a lot. I've always had good run-ins with Charlie. I think they're both really nice. I think with the way Kezi plays, she can help them go far. And I'm rooting for these two. I think they'll get maybe top 6 or 7.
Don't know Kezi, but she's a popular Zwooper, like an ancient Zwooper, but a popular one, right?
I don't know how popular she is. I know a lot of people like her. No one has anything bad to say about her, but I don't know.
Like Christina and Parf type ancient popularity. Like
yeah, that could be true. Yeah, but out of everyone in the cast, I don't think she's one of the most popular.
And Charlie, I've seen him around, never seen him like played a game with him. Is he do you know his game style?
Yeah, he's pretty good. I played a few games with him. I think he's pretty good. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Just as a, I don't. Do you think they'll be good players though? I'm just trying to like think.
I think to be a good duo, you have to have chemistry, and I do think these two have it because they're friends outside the game, and you kind of need that in this game. So I think they'll do pretty well.
Moving onwards to an interesting duo, X Holly X and Vixen 1985. I like Holly. I can say that I will be rooting for Holly. I don't really know Vixen, so do you know them?
No, I don't really know Vixen. From what I know about Holly, she's not someone that I've gotten along with. She comes off a bit.
She comes off strong.
Yeah, strong. I guess you could say that. I don't like her in the public.
I haven't played with her, but I just can tell she's a interesting personality. So
she seems like she could be a bit of a hothead from the run.
And that's good for us. That's good entertainment for the Zwooper public. So if you're crazy, use it. But as a duo, do you see them as winners of ZBB 12?
No, I don't see them. I really don't see them winning.
Do you see them top 5?
I think that'll be shocking to me if they got top 5.
All right, moving forward.
It's a Cupcake and Sir Dragon. That's the next one, right?
I think so, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Cupcake, I think this one is a pretty duo. We all know what happened with the whole Cupcake and Awesome Guy Rocks thing. And some people actually got a bit upset with Cupcake about leaving Sir Dragon for Cameron and then going back and all that stuff. I think
basically truffle butter drama.
Yeah, wait, what?
Truffle butter drama, or just a whole different.
What's truffle butter drama?
Where Truffle revealed that he was faking his gender for almost a long time, and then he got casted on the ZBB.
I don't think anyone has done that. They haven't done that. I said Cupcake left Sir Dragon to play with Awesome Guy Rocks, then she left Awesome Guy Rocks.
I really don't even know Cupcake, so I can't say nothing. But Sir Dragon, he wanted to be on ZBB, so he wanted to be on ZBB. So I'm glad that he did make it.
Yeah, he seemed like he was pretty happy about it.
And us taking over so that he can do it, but I think that they're actually going to be very well.
I've never played with either of them. Like I played
either of them, but I just looking at it and looking at them and this cast, I think they won't be targeted as soon as you would expect they would. And if they get themselves into a good alliance.
I know some people in the cast don't really like Cupcake, so I don't know if that'll play a part in what happens in game.
But she has Sir Dragon, right?
Yeah, but some people.
If you like Sir Dragon, do you still go after Cupcake?
It depends on how much you dislike Cupcake or like Sir Dragon.
All right.
Moving on to.
We're on the 14th or.
This, I think 14th. Or no, 13th. This is 13th.
Oh, that's you.
Peter and Pidu. This was probably my favorite duo to enter the game of the entire game. They have my full support, 100%. Even though I'm a bit upset with Peter right now, I think they're a perfect match for each other. Can't wait for Peter's long essay long rants about what's happening in the game and the people you think are brain dead sheep, as you like to call some people. I do think they'll win. I think if I had a pick to win, this would probably be my pick to win.
I think that's too predictable, and that will be another Pjoy win. And I don't think anyone would let that happen. I think that obviously they are two big names, so they're going far. That's for sure. I'm not the hugest fan of both of them as a duo, but I do like them as individual players. So if they're good individually, I think that will be good duo. If that makes sense. But who knows?
I think the way Peter gained a lot of his support in ZBB 9, I think that was pretty impressive. He gained a lot of support throughout, and so did Peter.
He was Peru won, and Peter came in.
Peter got second.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, by like 3
that's
votes.
already a total on your back.
They got I think they both did very well winning over the public throughout that season. And I think Peter had some of the best vlogs throughout that entire season.
Like, I think it's different for Peru and Bai. Bai won ZBB 5. That's long ago. His game could be very different. Peru won ZBB 9. That's not too long ago. So he is still in the fresh of people's minds.
But only 2 of these people play with Peru in ZBB 9. And neither one of them really went far enough to know how he plays. So I don't think that'll really play a role in what happens.
True, but I can guess. I don't know if this is true or not, but a majority of these people have played a game with Peru or Peter, so they know how they play.
Yeah, maybe.
Which comes to pre-game relationships. This is like 32 people. You most likely played a game with them, so you already know how they play.
Neither one of them are shady players, from what I've.
Strategical.
Yeah, they're pretty strategic. I think they're both really good players. I think they can win.
Yeah, I don't fall them far from winning. I think they can win. Do I want them to win? No.
Yes, I do want them to win.
Moving forward, I don't like this duo. I don't know why. I just get like a bad feeling about this duo. Big Bro, Foshell, and Cray Cray A.
A.
I don't even know what to say about these two. For some reason, I just don't like them, and I don't think they will do well. But a feeling is they will do well. What do you think about these two?
The only game I played with Big Bro for show was a Big Brother game that was canceled, and he went after me on day 1 for whatever reason.
He's a player. I know that for sure.
Yeah, he is a player. And I think his reputation can actually haunt him because some people don't like the way he plays. So I think he could possibly get in trouble for that. As far as Cray goes, I played 1 game with her, and she was I don't think. Huh?
It's okay.
I played 1 game with her, and I don't think we spoke a word to each other. So I don't really know what to say about her.
I can agree with that because I think I only played 2 games with her, and both times she was inactive, or she just didn't speak to me.
Yeah, that's how it was. She was active, but we didn't speak at all.
So I really don't know her game, but I do know that Kevin, I think he does. It's gonna either be good or bad for him with his pre-game relationship with the public, or I think that's gonna decide their fate. But I don't see them winning. looking at this as a whole now, I don't really see a lot of people winning.
Well, only one person can win. Only one duo can win anyway.
Only one duo can win, but it should. Would you like? I would like an actual competition where a majority of people actually have a really good fighting chance, and I don't see a majority of these people as winners. I see them as entertaining competitors, and actually they're going to make the season look awesome. But as a winner, it's yet to be proven. But it's only been 30 minutes since the official cast has been official, so we don't know. Moving forward,
Yeah.
or is it me? Oh, is it me?
Yeah, it's you. Well, yeah, it's me. I think it's it's you. Yeah, it is
14
you.
and 15.
Yeah, it's you.
So the 15th duo is Electra and Magic, Bailey and Ben. These two are going to be interesting to watch. Very much. I think Bailey is a crazy personality, and Ben is such a funny person too. Game players, I don't know. I think Bailey is very reserved, but she plays the game too. While Magic, I never really played much with him, so I can't really say. But I think that these two are going to be one of the more entertaining house guests, or whatever they were calling them this season.
I think I've never played with either one of them, so all I can really speak off of is personal experience. I don't even have much personal experience with either one of them either. But I don't know what to really. I think Ben.
We don't know.
Huh?
A lot of this cast we don't know personally, so it's just based off of predictions.
But I've either played a game with most of the cast. I've never played a game with either of them either. So it's like don't know what to say about them. I don't know what to really expect. I think Bailey is a pretty loud figure on Zwooper, and Magic is liked by a lot of people. So I think they can do well.
All right. Before we go to our last duo, where do you see these two placing?
That's actually pretty tough. I don't really know. It depends on how things play out. I think they could be middle of the road, kind of 9th, 10th, 8th, something like that.
All right. And the last duo?
Johnny Scott, 1127, and Y Swimmer 96.
Predictable.
Johnny Scott, he's the quote unquote expert ZBB critic that loves to critique everyone else's game. And the guy that got last place, and Y Swimmer is the guy that got last place in Sequester. This is the only duo where both partners have played twice already. So that should help them.
They played. Oh, they have.
They both played twice.
This is their third time.
Yeah, so I think that should help them.
I mean, does not make them a threat, though?
I don't think so.
Just because you're a veteran shouldn't really make you a threat, really. But I mean, it is something, because it lets people who are playing for the first time know that the public had your back in a previous season.
A lot of them are veterans, though, so I don't really think that. I think every duo except for one has veterans in it, so I don't really think that being a veteran is going to have a target on anyone's back. I think the only duo that doesn't have a veteran is the Hobo Tree and Ultimate Despair, right?
They didn't play before. I'm not really positive about the majority. Did Kezi or Charlie play before?
Kezi, I do believe, has played.
Holly and Vixen?
Yeah, Vixen plays VB6.
Well.
I think if Johnny took his own advice, I think they could go really far. I don't think the ZBB gods will have Johnny flop for a third time, but I think it'd be pretty funny if he did.
Hopefully Noah doesn't flop like he did in Sequester. I feel like, and I'm not going to live that down, but Johnny and Noah, that was a given. That duo was a given. First off, Johnny wasn't even on Zwooper before ZBB came. And then ZBB 12 applications, because he left, and then ZBB 12 applications came out, and Johnny was like, nope, I'm back, and here goes my application. And so it's like Johnny can't stay off of Zwooper, and Noah got something to redeem himself. And I don't know how he did in the cage, but Noah just recently did the cage. So isn't that like, and that's like good practice too before you do ZBB.
I think the cage is different. Is a lot different than ZBB though.
All right. Well, that is our full 16 duos. Personally, I think it will be a good season. I'm not really sure who can win, but I do have a top 4 in which I think, and my top 4 will be Vin and Amy, Johnny and Noah, that's really hard now, thinking of it. Alvaro and Natty and Aiden and BB.
Mine are Peter Campbell and Pidu, of course. I do think they can win. I would say Alvaro and Natty as well. I can see them going very far.
More?
Yeah, there's 2 more, yeah. I would like to see Kezi and Charlie go far. I don't know if they will or not. I do see them doing well though. I don't know if they make top 4, but I can see them going far. And I think Hobo Tree and Ultimate Despair, I think they'll be a dark horse this season because they're both newbies. I do think they'll do pretty well, and I do think they can make top 4.
I don't see that. I feel like I think my bottom 4 would be, and I want Hobo and Ultimate to go far. I do, but I think that they will be all 4, along with Nikki and Lucas, Niklaus and Brian and Rob Goddess and Riot.
I would say bottom 4 is Cupcake and Sir Dragon, Nikki and Lucas as well, Ben and Amy Sunshine, and Rob Goddess and Riot.
It's actually going to be I think it's going to be a good season. Do you?
It has potential if it's not predictable, because I do think
Some people
I do think that us older, like somewhat older Zuperoos that have been there for about a year, I think we can see how alliances will form because there are pre-game relationships. And I do think some will conflict with each other because of their partner. So I want to see how that plays out.
Definitely going to be an impact this season. I do hope that they split. I don't know why, but I feel like that would be an amazing twist if they split.
I don't think they should split though, because that's actually I think that would be like too much for anybody if they split, because if they kept it at 12, I think it would be okay if they split down the line, but I don't see it happening anymore because it's 16 duos. It's pretty much a normal season.
True. And we were going to have Super Doodle here to give us a little hint on the twist to come, but he will be here on episode 1, which will be in 2 days, hopefully, if I can make that. But what do you think the twist will most likely be?
I know most of the public might disagree because it'll be like the same thing they did last season, but I would like to see save for saves for the first part, because I thought that I want
I
I
want
think
to
that kind
see.
of shook the game up for the first part because a lot of people had the first nom set pretty much locked in, and then they threw a wrench into everyone's plans.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that because last season apparently my name was going around for first.
It was Avalon and Croatia. That
Well,
was
I
the
mean,
first nom
that was
set.
obvious too. That was Avalon and Croatia, but for some reason it was Avalon and me going around too. Hopefully that changed. Gladly that changed. But I think the saving twist was a very good element because it showed who is going to lie in this game for their own benefit and who is going to be loyal. I mean, it does is boring in the sense that people are just going to have save for safe deals, and they say, "Oh, I can't save you because I already promised to save two other people." But it's also interesting because there could be someone who got 5 saves but promised each of these 5 people that he would save them. No,
And with the face to face, they kind of exposed some
yeah,
people and showed who was working with who. And so I
no,
thought,
yeah. Hopefully, it goes further than two. If it is safe to us, it goes further than 2 rounds.
no, I hope it stays at 2 because it's not fun to do that. After a while, it's not fun to do it. It's fun to watch, I guess, but it's not fun to do it for more than 2 rounds. I would think.
I mean, what's the difference from trying to say I want to save these 2 duos to I want to nominate these 2 duos?
It's
And
different because when you save people, like when you're just nominating, it's easier to hide who you're really with. But when you save people, like it's kind of exposing your who your alliance and who you're trying to work with and everything.
that's true. That is true. Do you think there will be any other new twist or a comeback of like an old twist or something?
I think Killer Nom. I think that's something that happens every season, isn't it? The Killer Nom round.
But because it is 32 people, should it be a twist that's going to be that big or just something very simple?
Yeah, I think they should actually like make the twist simpler because there's 32 people and that's hard enough to play with, I would think. So maybe they should tone it down with the twist and everything. Probably not one every round because that did get a bit tiring doing that.
All right, so we are going to be ending it very soon, but I'm just going to do one more time, and I think I already know your answer, but who's your winner pick?
I said I think Pidu and Peter can win. I would like to see them win. But
yeah.
What was you about to say? You can go.
My winner pick would be Vin and Amy. I don't know. I'm just looking at this list right now, and that 2 names are just popping out. That's who I think can win the game.
I have a hard time seeing that happening, to be honest with you. I just don't see that. I will go with. I'm not going to say Peter and Pidu because that's what I would like to see happen, but I'm not going to do the predictable prediction. So I'll go with Alvaro and Nady as to win. Them to win.
All right. Well, that concludes the first. That concludes the first preseason or cast assessment of On the Block. Hopefully, these get better. I mean, this is the first time we both did it, so it will be better, and we'll be joined by more people like Jake, but they will stay. And for the schedule, if you didn't see my blog, the next time we will do this would be on day 2 of when the game starts, which will just be a recap of the twist, day 1 nominations, and day 1 eviction. But I will be in New York at this time because I will be taking a trip, so I may or may not make it, which will be only Kenny will probably be hosting it. Is that fine with you, Kenny?
If I learn how to do all this, then yeah, I'll do it. But I don't think I can try. But yeah. What?
All right. Well.
Man, why did you get it?
Well, that's that for now. I think this is actually a very good season. I'm very interested to see what not having to play, but now I get to watch it because I never really watched ZBB. I just like, But now that I've played it, I guess I'm gonna have to pay attention.
I think once you play, you realize that the public really has no idea what's going on in game because a lot of the public perception is really wrong. So.
Which is also why I wanted Super Doodle here because he's gonna be the cameraman. So, I mean, that would have been interesting if he could give us insight when the game starts into what is actually happening. But
I don't think he can really do that. I don't think he can do that.
I mean, what's the point of having a cameraman if he can't? But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. If you watched it live, or if many people didn't, but if you're gonna rewatch it, but we will be back next time. But for now, good day.